Hey everybody. See, I'm wearing my Iowa State Fair t-shirt. I like it. It's tie-dye. But today, okay, we're going to be discussing emotional support animals. And are they really necessary? Okay, everyone wants an emotional support animal nowadays, it seems like. Okay, I've heard of cats, dogs, chickens, pigs, goats, all ridiculousness. I mean, okay, so why do people think they need an emotional support animal? I guess from what I'm reading, because I've looked at stories and stuff. Emotional support animals are supposed to be for mental health illness. Yeah. And then on the other hand, they have the working animals that actually do work, like dogs guide the blind, and they can sniff out drugs. They've got the canines that work with the police. So those are actual working dogs. I myself think that emotional support animals are worthless. I mean, people are just getting emotional support animals so that they can have pets at the places that they live. They aren't really needing the emotional support animals. They want them. That is my theory. Okay, what is an emotional support animal going to do for you? Okay, they cost money. You have to feed them. If you have to take them to go potty. If it is a dog, for a cat, you gotta buy litter. You have to buy food, and you cannot get health insurance on an animal. So if that animal gets sick and dies or something, then you're going to be depressed anyway. So what is the purpose of an animal if it gets sick? Then, you got to take it to the vet, which costs money. And then you're going to be even more depressed, begging people for money because you need the money to get this animal to a vet. I've seen people beg for money to buy their pet food because they don't have money to buy their pet food. And, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if the pet gets sick and you got to take it to the vet, how are you going to pay for it? And what are these animals actually doing for people? I've seen people have snakes as emotional support animals. What is a snake going to do? I'm afraid a snake is going to eat me. And I'm afraid of pet hair. So I have more anxiety over pets. So I'm not sure, there's not a whole lot of studies about what emotional support animals accomplish and give people. I mean, if you weigh out everything, it's actually more anxiety driven, I think, because you're dealing with, you can't get health insurance for it. If it gets sick, gets ran over, or, what are you going to do? You're going to be depressed because your emotional support animal gets sick or dies, and it's not going to give you support, And I just find it needless. I mean, I think people are getting greedy with all of this stuff. I mean, really, I've heard that only psychiatrists or a mental health person is able to even write you a letter. You can't go in and just have some doctor sign you a letter saying that you need an emotional support animal. You need to actually have a psychiatrist do it. And a lot of the psychiatrists, they don't recommend emotional support animals because there's a lack of studies on them, So that is my theory on what goes on with emotional support animals. It's not a need, it's a want. I want this. So I want a doctor to say I'm mentally ill enough to have an animal. Because if you're so, depressed and stuff, well, if you think about it, you're going to get very depressed if it gets sick, or if you have to take it to the vet because you're not going to have the money. If you can't afford to buy food or litter for your animal, then you're going to get depressed. I've seen plenty of people post on Facebook for sale sites that they need money for their pets. So why have a pet if you can't afford it? That makes no sense at all. That's just my theory. And I don't think emotional support animals give you anything anyway. So that's just my thoughts. I'll leave it up to you guys to think about what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.